The 300. Friends, today we are going to watch the summary of the movie, The 300. The movie begins with a group of men standing on the edge of a cliff, inspecting a newborn baby to determine whether it is healthy or disabled. When they find that the child is healthy, they hand him back to his parents. If he had been born with a disability, he would have been thrown into the gorge below. This was the law of Sparta. When the boy turns 7 years old, he is taken away from his mother to begin his warrior training. In Sparta, dying while fighting for the nation is considered the greatest honor. After years of harsh training, the boy is sent alone into the wilderness as his final test. There, he faces a terrifying wolf, defeats it, and successfully passes the trial. As he grows up, he becomes the King of Sparta. 30 years later, a messenger from the Persian King Xerxes arrives in Sparta. Leonidas asks him why he has come. The messenger replies that he has come to ask for earth and water. Leonidas asks if that is the only reason. The messenger then reveals that King Xerxes wants Sparta to submit to his rule and become one of his subjects. Leonidas refuses the offer without hesitation. To intimidate him, the messenger displays a necklace made from the skulls of kings who had previously rejected Xerxes. He also insults the queen of Sparta. Enraged by this disrespect, Leonidas kills the messenger and all of his companions. Leonidas knows that Persia's massive army will soon invade Sparta. He is determined to fight them. But first, he must obtain permission from the sacred oracle. Leonidas visits the temple and tells the priests that the Persian army is preparing to invade. He requests permission to intercept the enemy at a narrow mountain pass near Sparta's border, where his small force would have a better chance of defeating them. Instead of answering, the priests ask him what offering he has brought. The king presents them with gold. However, they say that it is the month of August and the sacred festival of Carnea is taking place, so Sparta cannot go to war. Furious, Leonidas warns them that if they do not fight now, Sparta will be destroyed and its women and children will become slaves. The priests insist that the oracle will decide. Later, they announce that if Sparta goes to war, both Sparta and all of Greece will be destroyed. They declare that the people should celebrate the religious festival instead. Disappointed, King Leonidas leaves the temple. The truth, however, is that the priests have already been bribed by Xerxes. The Persian king has rewarded them with a large amount of gold. Blinded by greed, they deliberately deliver a false prophecy to Leonidas because they want Sparta to fall and Xerxes to rule over Greece. When Leonidas returns to the palace, the queen notices that he is deeply troubled and asks what is wrong. The king replies that he cannot bear the thought of watching his beloved Sparta fall. The queen comforts him and says, "Do not think of yourself as a king, a husband, or a father. Think of yourself as a free man. In a time like this, do what a free man would do." The next day, King Leonidas sets out for battle with his 300 Spartan warriors. They all know that defeating such a massive Persian army will be extremely difficult, but they are ready to sacrifice their lives for their country. As they leave Sparta, "We are not going to war. We are simply going for a walk. And these are my bodyguards." Since Theron is secretly working with Xerxes, his plan fails, and Leonidas continues his journey. A hunchbacked man carrying a shield and a spear quietly follows them. Along the way, they come across a village that has been burned to the ground by the Persian army. A wounded boy approaches the king and tells him that terrifying warriors came and destroyed everything. One of the Spartans says, "We cannot defeat these Persian monsters." Leonidas replies, "Time will decide that." The army reaches the narrow pass near the sea, where they spot the Persian fleet. Suddenly, a violent storm strikes, sinking many Persian ships. The Greek soldiers celebrate, but Leonidas remains calm. Looking beyond the mountains, they see thousands of ships and an army numbering in the hundreds of thousands. The Spartan commander explains, "If the Persians want to reach Sparta, they must pass through this narrow pass. Their huge army cannot move through all at once, so we can defeat them here." Leonidas asks, "Is there any other route they can use to surround us?" The commander answers, "No." Just then, a hunchback named Ephialtes arrives. He warns the king that if the Persians discover the hidden mountain path used by shepherds, they could surround the Spartan army from behind. He also asks to fight alongside the Spartans. Leonidas notices that Ephialtes is wearing Spartan armor. Ephialtes explains that it belonged to his father, who was once a Spartan warrior. Because Ephialtes was born deformed, his father left Sparta, but he still trained his son to fight. Leonidas asks him to raise his shield, but Ephialtes is unable to lift it properly. The king says, "If you cannot hold your shield correctly, you could expose a weakness that might destroy us all. Instead, help us by caring for the wounded. That would be a great service." Feeling rejected, Ephialtes becomes angry. He throws his shield and spear into the valley and walks away. Soon, the first wave of 1,000 Persian soldiers enters the narrow pass. The 300 Spartans slaughter them and push their bodies into the sea. Later, Xerxes himself comes to meet Leonidas. He says, "Your people are brave. You stand fearlessly before your gods. But standing before me like this is not wise." Leonidas replies, "Your army has more slaves than warriors. Soon they will fear Sparta more than they fear your whip." Xerxes answers, "They do not fear my whip. They fear my divine power. Submit to me, and I will make you the ruler of all Greece." Leonidas smiles and replies, "My knees are too stiff from killing your soldiers. I cannot kneel before you." Xerxes threatens him, but Leonidas refuses to be intimidated. Xerxes then sends his elite warriors into battle. They are ruthless and merciless, but the 300 Spartans defeat them as well. During the battle, Leonidas kills a gigantic warrior, giving his men even greater confidence. The following day, Xerxes sends more troops, including mysterious warriors and sorcerers. Once again, the 300 Spartans and their Arcadian allies defeat them. Furious over another defeat, Xerxes kills one of his own servants. Although the Spartans are victorious, the son of the Spartan commander is killed in the battle. Because of this loss, they do not celebrate their victory. Meanwhile, Ephialtes goes to Xerxes. Xerxes tells him, "Your god was cruel for making you this way, and the Spartans were even crueler for rejecting you. But I am merciful. I will give you anything you desire: wealth, power, women, and honor. Just show me the path that will allow me to defeat Sparta." Tempted by promises of wealth, power, and luxury, Ephialtes agrees to reveal the secret mountain path. Back in Sparta, the queen continues trying to persuade the remaining Spartan forces to join the war. However, the members of the council refuse, largely because of Theron's influence. The queen summons Theron and asks him to support a vote in favor of sending reinforcements. Theron asks, "What do I gain from this?" The queen replies, "Help your king, help your country." Theron responds, "War and politics are two different things." For the sake of her husband and Sparta, the queen reluctantly agrees. However, the very next day, Theron returns to the council and falsely accuses the queen. Filled with anger, the queen draws her dagger, stabs Theron, and kills him on the spot. At that moment, the bag of gold coins that Theron is carrying falls to the ground. The coins bear the seal of Xerxes. Seeing this, everyone realizes that Theron is a traitor. The council members immediately agree to send reinforcements to the battlefield, and the queen leaves the chamber. Meanwhile, Ephialtes reveals the secret shepherd's path to the Persian army. An Arcadian warrior notices the Persians using the hidden route and rushes to warn King Leonidas. He tells the king that they are about to be surrounded and that retreat is the best option. Leonidas firmly replies, "Spartans never fear, never run." The Arcadian warriors decide to retreat because they do not want to die in a hopeless battle. However, the 300 Spartans choose to stay and fight until their last breath. Leonidas sends Dilios back to Sparta to deliver his final message. Dilios asks if he has any message for the queen. Without saying a word, Leonidas hands him his locket. Understanding its meaning, Dilios departs for Sparta. The next day, the surrounded Spartan warriors stand ready for their final battle. Xerxes' messenger offers Leonidas one last chance. He says, "Kneel before King Xerxes and surrender. He will make you the ruler of all Greece. Sparta will become richer than ever before. You only have to obey Xerxes." Ephialtes also pleads with Leonidas, saying, "My king, surrender to Xerxes and save your men." At that moment, Leonidas remembers the day he fought the wolf as a child during his Spartan training. He lays down his shield. Then Leonidas slowly kneels, making it appear as though he is surrendering. Thoughts of his wife and son flash through his mind. Suddenly he shouts, "Stelios!" Stelios comes running, steps onto Leonidas' shield, and leaps high into the air, killing Xerxes' messenger. Enraged, Xerxes orders his army, "Kill them all!" At the same moment, Leonidas throws his spear with all his strength. The spear strikes Xerxes on the cheek, drawing blood and wounding him. For the first time, Xerxes is shown that he is not a god, but a mortal man. Moments later, millions of arrows darken the sky and rain down upon the Spartan warriors, killing Leonidas and his brave 300 soldiers. Dilios returns to Sparta and gives the queen Leonidas' locket. As soon as she sees it, she understands that her husband has fallen in battle. Later, Dilios stands before the Spartan council and says that King Leonidas never wanted monuments, grand memorials, or celebrations of victory. His only wish was that the sacrifice of him and his 300 brave warriors would always be remembered. In the final scene, Dilios stands before an army of 10,000 Spartan warriors. He tells them the heroic story of how 300 Spartans stood against the mighty Persian Empire. Before them stands Xerxes' enormous army once again. Inspired by Leonidas' sacrifice, the Spartan warriors prepare for battle and charge fearlessly toward the Persian forces. This is how the movie comes to an end. If you enjoyed this movie summary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. Thank you for watching.